Alright, I'm gonna record myself solving this problem to be able to get an idea of my strategy and to just be able to review my problem solving skills and what I can do. So, and maybe this will help other people as well. I have an idea that I might even solve this incorrectly. I don't know. So I have an idea already. I've already read this problem and thought about it for a couple, like 10 minutes or something. And I came to the conclusion that my strategy will be, so first off, what this problem is it's two city scheduling. I guess problem 1029. It's rated easy. We'll see. This doesn't mean too much sometimes. There are 2 to the n people a company is planning to interview. The cost of flying the ith person to city A is cost. Basically, you're indexing into the row and the column, row, the ith row, the 0th column. And the cost of flying the ith person to city B is cost ith row of the 1th column. Return the minimum cost to fly every person to a city such that exactly n people arrive in each city. Now, when I was looking at this problem earlier, I accidentally clicked this, and it kind of says greedy. So I kind of realized, okay, I have to think in greedy algorithmic terms. Maybe that was a cheat. I didn't really think this was going to show. I guess I didn't realize this. Yeah, this will show you, I guess, what this problem is related to, but whatever. So anyways, you have this example here, which is the best thing to go through. So it returns 110 because it decides the best option if you're going to have to fly. Since the length of this is 4, you want to fly 2 people to city A and 2 people to city B, and it decides the best option is to fly the first person to city A and the second person to city A, and then fly the third and the 4th person to city B. It decides that's the cheapest way to do it. Now what I realized is, yeah, how can I derive that myself? Well, one way would be to do a sort. So if I were to sort this in a certain manner, so how am I going to sort this basically? I want to sort this where if, let's suppose I have costs, right? And let's say we're looking at ith cost, or how do I explain this? How do I say this? So my strategy was to sort by looking at each pair. So we have pairs, right? So we have a pair like P1 and P2. And how I was thinking of doing was basically sorting if by the first element, so P1s, if P1 sorts in ascending order, in ascending order for P1, which is the first element in each pair, which is basically the cost to go to city A. So I guess I could just say A, changing my notation now, but, and B, so you sort in order for A, but what if the cost to go to city A is the same for 2 of them? Like suppose you have 10, 20, and you have 10, 30. How would you sort this one? Well, you would sort it how it is right now. You'd go based off the second element. So if if the first element is the same, then sort based on the second element. And that's how I'm going to sort it. So if I'm going to sort it like this, for instance, the example they give, I would start with going in order. So I look, the smallest first element is 10, so I sort that one. Then the smallest first element is 30, but I would sort, because the second element is smaller for the 4th person, I would put that one first, and then I would put the next one, and then, and then I'll put the 450. Now, when I did this, what happened is that basically, so what happened is that this is a nice sort, but I think this is a small problem. So now how am I going to greedily go through this? Well, actually, interesting thing, I actually want to sort this in. I just realized the strategy I had come up with, there's a better way to do it. Sort if they're the same, sort it in descending order for the second element. That way, what I'm going to do is basically tell my program to take the first element and add it until I run out, until I'm halfway. So like halfway is loop through 2 values and add the first element. So that means I'll do 10 plus 30. Then I'm going to loop through the last 2 elements and add the second element from those. Plus 50. Now by sorting the second element like this, it's going to work better. Right now the only issue is how do you sort something like this in a good time? Well, there is a function I can try. This might not work, but suppose you take sorted for cost and then you use a key. This may not work at all. And use lambda x or p for pair, and what I want to sort is p0. I want to sort based off of p0 and then sort based off of p1, or I don't think this will work, but I'm actually going to just print cost and see what this does. Let's see. Probably mess this up. Okay. Right. I don't think I even sorted it. It didn't even sort it how I was expecting it to sort it. What if I get rid of, how does it work? I mean, I think, let's see, what happens if I do this? I don't understand how this is working. Let's Google search something. Sorted with key. No, don't. That's something I was searching earlier, I guess. Sorted with key. I don't know if these will explain it. Okay, so you have sorted. Yes, the key is optional, I know that. So they're sorting with this key. So you return x modulo. But right now, what am I returning? Is I'm returning p0. So the function is p. So it takes, what's the input for the function? I think it's, the input's going to be the elements and costs. How come it doesn't work? Why is this one here and this one here? Oh, that's right. This returns a new list. So, CS, and then print CS. Okay, so let's see if this will work. Okay, so it did kind of sort it in a way that I wanted to sort it, but at the same time, it's sorting based off the 0th element. But what if the 0th element are equal? What do you do? I think I'm going to create a function, definition sort func, and I'll say my input would be lm, or pair. I don't know what to call it. I'll say pair, and I'll say for the sort function, what I'll do is if p using the remainder. Okay, so I figured out my solution isn't working, and I figured out the reason why. So I think the reason why is because there's another thing you want to do. So to be able to choose, so even if you sort these elements like this, you still want to choose based on which ones have the smallest difference. So so see how even though 448 seems like, okay, I want to add the city A, right? But look at this really cheap option to go to city B. And then look over here, you have this, it's kind of an more expensive option than 448, but it's also not that much more expensive than the 469. So in contrast, this is a better option. So in that sense, if I sort this based on, you know what, my time is up for this problem.